Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Happy Friday. Hopefully, your morning is off to a good start and productive today. So today, I'm going to talk about how to get noticed in real estate because there's a lot of agents out there. There's 35,000 or more. I don't have the exact number, but it's around that in Ohio. And guess what? There's a lot more coming. Never seen this many new agents get into real estate, this many people in classes, this many people taking their test. I talked to someone at the division last week, and they're getting about 60 or more applications every day to take the test. So, the whole point of today, I'm going to give you ideas and things to think about. You have to get noticed and what things not to do and not to compete with and what things you should be doing. So in real estate, for decades, something that probably will never change, but you can change it individually for your business, is that about 80% of the sales are done by 15% of the agents. That's it. 80% of the sales are done by 15% of the agents out there. There's a lot of part-timers in real estate, and I've said this before. I go against a lot of what brokers say and owners, is that I love great part-time agents. They're fine as long as you keep your customers happy, you're knowledgeable, you're helpful, you're available, you look out for their best interest, you'll do a good job. But you got to cut your piece of the puzzle, the pie up. How much do you want? How many sales do you want to get? And number one thing is you have to get noticed. And out there every year, it's been almost the same in the 30 years I've been in real estate, is that about 25% or more of the agents every year do zero transactions. Zero. None. That's it. It's not always the same people. Sometimes they might have 5, 10 transactions this year, take the year off, or things happen in their business or whatnot. So I just want to give you a couple of statistics of that, because some of those agents that are in the business that don't do much still take some business away from you. Because why do they get business? Because they're noticed by at least someone. When someone sells, when any agent, let me say this, any agent that is not actively calling people, talking to people, working their database, is getting clients because they're noticed. They've somehow at least once or won the lottery of real estate and just talked to someone once, and 2 years later they called them, or somehow in their family, friends, sphere, they're noticed. They keep their face in front of them, or enough for those specific people not to find another agent, and there's plenty of options out there. So I'm going to give you some things to think about here. I read an article a few months ago that they say that marketing in real estate, just all houses, agents, everything that has to do with real estate is about like a $14 billion industry of marketing, of just, online and on TV, paper, mailers, everything out there is a $14 billion spent on marketing in real estate. So one of the things that you definitely don't want to do is try to compete with that marketing without getting in touch and working your sphere of influence. What I mean by that is, like, I have agents that'll say, well, I'm going to send out a mailer to an area of houses that I don't know any of those people. That is basically worthless to do. Worthless. I mean, how are you going to, one mailer, no calls, no follow-up, no door knocking, going to compete with all of the $14 billion of other advertising that these people are going to see in that area? So, or emails. Yeah, you can send out as many emails you want. I think we do it as agents a lot because it's easy. If you have their address, it doesn't cost you much money, and you send them out. Yes, I wouldn't say stop emails, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time and money trying to buy a list of people you don't know. Your emails should be either in a market that your farm area, that you're already doing all the other things. You're mailing, you're calling, you're door knocking, you're sending updates of what's going on in the market. You've had sales in that area, in your sphere of influence. Some of the people you have had past transactions with are friends, relatives, your sphere of your database of people in that area. You have to have it all. So here are the things, and you've heard them before, and I wrote a few notes down to make sure I cover everything, is that the number one reason why, well, there's 7 things, but the number one reason why people deal with agents is, one, they know you. They or notice you, at least know you somehow. They at least minimally know, they've seen your name somehow. They either, for a split second, they saw your listing on a website and clicked on it. They saw you on Facebook. They saw you on Zillow. They saw you somewhere. They had to see you, and or if it was on your listing, they've took notice. They've saw you. They've minimally know you from a minimal of just seeing your name or advertisement of a house or something. But the more that they know you will take those clients away from that $14 billion in advertising of all those things out there of just people, please use me, please call this number, please contact this office, whatever, contact us on this listing, because they don't know anything about it, in hopes that someone doesn't know another realtor, that there's not someone else that they notice or know more better or see more often, and they get to them. You're not going to compete with that. Example, like, and thankfully many agents already know this, but over the years, even, gosh, I'm going to date myself, when every agent started getting their own websites, and I still have agents today. I go, oh, I can't wait to get a website. People are just going to start going to it and looking for houses. I'm like, no, they're not. You're going to try to compete with Zillow? How are you going to get people that don't know you, that don't have a relationship with you, that never see you in any other kind of marketing, go to your website? They have to know it. They're not going to find it online by accident. That's what I tell agents. Just told an agent today, someone's on your website looking for a house, you probably won the lottery. And they're just like, oh, they found me on my website. Got to do a little research. A lot of scams out there, but it could be good too. There's ways to vet those people, make sure they're not a scam. But if they just find you online, just randomly, probably a scam of some sort. But so your website is something that is an extension of you. We're going to go more in detail that in a few minutes, but it's an extension of you. It's how people can find you. They could search you online and find you if they know your name. Like Century 21 HomeStar agents, we enhance your website on Google. So quick thing you could tell anybody is that, hey, quick sit. If you don't have a card with you, whatever, say, hey, listen, if you ever, if I don't run into you again, or you don't hear from me for a while, or whatever reason you want to get a hold of me, Google my name with Century 21 in it, you'll find my webpage. You'll come up first or second thing, or maybe third thing. You'll find me and be able to call me. So Century 21 HomeStar agents, you have that. But I'm going to go more in detail about the certain marketing, but I'm going to go back through this list. Number 2, they have, 1, know you. 2, they have to like you. Like you is that they have to at least want to do business with you. They have to like you, and either the minimum, they see an ad from you and they don't know anything bad about you, or if hopefully there's nothing bad about anybody who's watching this, but or just if you have a sphere of influence, if they know you and like you, like they want to do business. People want to do business with the people they like. So if they know you, like you, and what's number 3? You've heard me say this many times. Trust you. Know, like, trust. Now, how do you get people to know you, like you, and trust you when they've never met you before? That's a lot of the marketing agents are concentrating on, when you should be concentrating on the people or your sphere or referrals or friends of friends of friends, with the connection that you could get all 3 of those a little bit easier. Sometimes agents are spending way too much time, money, and effort trying to get people that never met them before to know them, like them, and trust them within a few minutes or a day or whenever they see something, and to do business with them. Now, that's where you shouldn't be spending most of your time. You have to be out there, and especially with your listings and online advertising, it's all done for you. But with yourself, if you're spending time, money advertising to people that don't know you, it's going to take a lot of time, money, and effort to get those people. It's kind of the old saying, you ever hear this in other businesses, it's kind of hard, it's better to help keep a customer than find a new customer. So when you have restaurants and you have other businesses that have customers that continue to come back, it's easier to keep them happy and less money than it is to go find someone that's never known you, never used you, doesn't know, trust you yet because they have no history with you, to use you. Same with real estate. Again, a lot of your client or soon to be new clients are not going to be repeat clients every week or every month, but they could be repeat referral people. You get a client today, between now and when they buy a house again from you or sell their house, you should be asking for referrals and staying up to date with them and getting into their database of people and the people that they know. So their repeat business is because they're going to refer you more business, and you should be in touch with them there. So know, like, and trust. And then the next couple things are the things that they won't do without knowing those three things. They won't try you, they won't buy from you, they won't repeat for you, they won't refer you, they won't use you, like I just said, if they don't know, like you, and trust you. So I'm going to give you a few things to think about and what you can do and you should concentrate on for your marketing. This is for new agents, experienced agents who've been in business for 40 years and want to just reinvent themselves and get back out there. So here are a few things. I just got like 3 categories. One is reviews. You need reviews. You need reviews on Google, on Zillow, on whatever form you want. You need reviews. You have to start with one. So all the new agents, you got to start somewhere. So pick something to get reviews. I suggest Google. You could Google, because everybody knows about Google reviews. I mean, Yelp and things like that is more like for restaurants, but you can be on Yelp too. But you don't want to point people to too many places. And Zillow has been changing. I just a little disclaimer, I don't even know what their rule is now. I know they keep on changing the rules with agents allowing them, even if they're not paying, to have their own page, or so people could find them and have reviews on there. I think just a few weeks ago or a month or so ago, they changed that where you have to pay for it. So I always suggest check with Zillow because that's where people go, with Realtor.com, but also Google. And again, not that you have to, because people Google you and find you, you're going to point everybody to those reviews. So you're going to, on your website, on your business card, on any of your marketing, you're going to tell people, Google me, look at my reviews, everything. So I say, use Google reviews, learn it. There's lots of websites on how to do it. I'm not going to do a whole class on that or a video on how to use it, but find reviews. We use it for everything. When we buy something on Amazon, what are you doing? You're looking at the reviews. When you want to search for a new restaurant, you're going on Yelp. Well, many of you do. Hopefully you do. Check out the reviews. Zillow. Sellers and buyers are going on Zillow, seeing the reviews of things. Or Google. Obviously you're probably using that for other businesses. Before you use a business or a product or something, usually people are researching that. They're going to do that for you too. And I think use the number one thing, I think, is Google. A few marketing musts, things that you need to have. And one, you need a website. You need a website. Hopefully everybody has one. All of our Century 21 HomeStar agents, you have a free, awesome website that has complete access for people to search online. It tracks them, shows what they're doing when they're on there. There's so many things. I could go on for an hour about all the things your website can do and all the things you can do, but you should have a website just so you could point people to it, so people could see. They could go to something. They could go to something and see. Everybody's like typing, I want to see something, and they want to see something on your business card to at least go to and do a little research on you before they talk to you, or or after they talk to you and they want to see your website. So make sure you have a website, and then also make sure you type in your area served and have your reviews on that. You could have a link to your Google reviews on there. You could there's ways to cut and paste, so give them a little taste of your Google reviews and click here for more. There's different. You could totally customize. I mean, not 100%, but enough where there's great things that you could link things to. Number 2 on your website is you should definitely have a story about you. Who are you? What makes you different than everybody else? The other 35,000 realtors in Ohio. You have to say something you're different. You could put a video on there about yourself. You could put a link to a YouTube video if you have a YouTube page. You got to say something that makes you different than everybody else. You can't just say, I'm a realtor in this area and I sell houses. Everybody knows that, and everybody sees that with their competition. So you have to say what makes you unique, what makes you different on there. And also make sure you put all of your service areas of where you service, so you know that you're not. Some people put all of Northeast Ohio. You can put that. I mean, you start with that, but you at least put there of where you've sold houses before. Obviously, the agents that have been in the business a while, sometimes new agents don't want to put, because they haven't have many sales and don't want to show that too much or highlight that too much. But you could use your office. Remember, and I use this comparison a lot, especially our new agents out there, or agents that have been part-time for quite a while and want to get more market share. You could use the office. Remember, our Century 21 HomeStar agents, our office, myself, my knowledge, my experience, all of our office staff, and your support. You have all of that at whenever you need it. It's kind of like when you go into a restaurant and the server's new and the server never cooked a meal in their life, but as long as they give good service, they know that the restaurant's there, they know the experience there, they know the chef is there. We're like your chefs. You're like the awesome servers that are going in a fine restaurant. They're going to give good service to your clients, and you're going to learn that through us and less questions you have. Just like if you've ever been in a fine dining restaurant, what do? If you ask for some wine and the server's not too familiar with a wine, they bring over the sommelier, right? Did I say that right? And they bring in the expert. They bring in the closer. Let the expert do. That's how your office is. We're either you or us, if you really need us. We're going to explain to your client what we think is best for them. So you could use the office experience, the office sales, the office years in business, my years in business on your website, because we are all together. I'm your broker. I need Century 21 HomeStar agents. I'm your broker. I'm legally responsible. Every one of your clients is my client too. So use me. I'm here for you and here for your marketing too. Next and last today, I've said this plenty of times, keep on saying that because it's a lot of repetition, because there's a lot of things that you always should be doing, is that it's a numbers game. It's always a numbers game. Any agent that talks to very few people and meet new people and gets just as much business as they're talking is just like they're just winning the lottery. I said that a few times. They're like, wow, you found people and you just talked to 5 people and you found 5 buyers. That doesn't happen. So it's a numbers game. It always 40 to 50 good conversations equal a sale. 40, 50 conversations equals a few leads that enter into a few clients and enters into one sale. So 10 calls a day, Monday through Friday, is 50 calls, conversations, because you might have to call, I would say 50, you're going to have to call 300-400 people in a week to get at least 1 or 2 sales a week out of there. So if you want to say, hey, how many calls do I have to make? That's up to you. You have to go out there and see. How many people in your database do you get a hold of? How many people are you having good conversations with? Some agents could call 100 people and have 50 good conversations. Some you have to call 1,000 people to have 50 good conversations. So that depends upon you, the people you're calling, how much they know you, and in their sphere. Are these just cold calls? Then you're going to be kind of more calls, less conversion. So those three things, make sure you got reviews, make sure you have a website and have great things on there for people to learn about you personally and the places you service and your reviews, or at least links to your review. And three, it's a numbers game. So those three things, if you concentrate on those three things, they're just your homework and kind of this week or this weekend is make sure you're doing those three things, and you will get there. You will get those people that know you and like you and trust you and do business with you. So that's it for today on Friday. Remember, use me as a resource. Call me, text me, email me, set up some time with me one-on-one. We'll go over some of this more in detail, or anything else you'd like to do, anything that helps you grow your business and do better. So that's it. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday at noon. Bye-bye.